Good morning, everybody. This is Christy from the Be the Light YouTube channel. I thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, I send you love. I had a lot going on last night, and I'm not going to talk about that, but I haven't received all of the information, I guess, that I am. I've been sitting here all morning trying to gather some thoughts as to everything that I picked up on. It's truly significant, very promising, and I hope to have more understanding, hopefully within the next couple of days, and I will fill you in on that. But this video is about a very significant day that is coming up, and that is July the 11th. We're 2 days away. 3 days away. Well, if you include the 11th. And if you didn't know, we are also in an 11th month, which is if you add 7 and the year together, it becomes an 11. But also, we will be experiencing an 11th day. But also, this is considered to be an 11th year, an 11 year to be specific. So we're basically having, because of the 11th month, if you total those together, the 11th day and an 11 year. So this is an 11 day. So it's an amplified awakening. And this is going to be an awakening based upon where you are, whether you are a new soul who is awakening, or a soul who has been awoken already and in the process of transforming. You are going to be receiving tons of information here. Whether or not you are going to be aware of it, you are. We have already been experiencing a lot. The past month, at least for myself, has been very generous. There have been tons of symptoms associated with it, but it has been very generous. We have been at an amplified time of receiving. So that's why the symptoms can be so intense, so dramatic, and so drawn out, because there's just so much coming down at one time, and it seems like it's continuous. We have been given a continuous amount of blessings, to proceed at a higher rate, at an accelerated rate of awakening. I have noticed that for myself. I see the symptoms in other people, especially those who are resisting this transformation. But overall, we are all taking in more light, which means more knowledge, which means more love, more inner power. And all of this, of course, helps humanity. And so I want you to be on the lookout for the 11th. And again, you might already be jumping in on the energy that is creeping in. I think what I received throughout the night is a part of what's going to take place. Like I said, I have so much more research to do for myself and inner guidance that I'm trying to take in, and then just waiting around to see what other information a source bestows upon me throughout today, tomorrow, up until the 11th. But I wanted to make you aware of this in advance. And I also have the video about July being the 11th month. So I wanted to tell you about that and be mindful, you know, because we all know that the 1111 number is very significant for us, especially for the newly awakened soul. And I was trying to look up here. I know I had some information here, and I'm trying to just go back on my notes here, so I apologize for this. But, you know, the number 1111 isn't just the wake-up call to your awakening process. It is actually a part of a light code that comes to you throughout your awakening process. So, in the meaning for what it does for who you are, can be completely different for what it does for who I am. But it's still serving its purpose. It's still giving us light within it. And so just no matter what we are going through and experiencing or receiving, like, I want you to just really focus on your own journey. It's okay to bring people in as a part of your path, like when you come and listen to my videos or, you know, read my posts, whatever it is, you're taking in wisdom. But not all of it is going to resonate with you, and not all of it will make sense. But when you just stay open to understanding, or open to new ideas, and take in bits and pieces of what I am talking about, you can grow and you can receive, if not today, in the future, some of what I am talking about. But when you're judging your own path and comparing it to someone else's path, like, well, why isn't mine the same? Why don't I have the same gifts? Why am I not doing the same thing? You're missing out on the greatness of your own growth, your own journey. And you're creating that resistance, that buildup that prevents you from having what was rightly yours to begin with. And it might not even have anything to do with mine. It might be greater than mine. It might be the same as mine. But when you do that comparison thing, you're shifting all of your awareness over to my life. My life has nothing to do with yours. What I do with my life has nothing to do with yours. Don't be so busybody comparing. You can take in information without absorbing negativity. I hope you kind of understand that. You want to always just be open. And it's about, when you are just open, there is no judgment. There is no negative attachment. And there's really no positive or negative attachment. It's just you taking in something and allowing it to bloom wherever it's supposed to. Only the good stuff will bloom when you let go of attachments. That's something that you will learn on your process here. That's why we have all of these lessons that we must go through, or these experiences that come into our life. especially the negative ones, the more that you have a reaction to it, the more attachments you have in your life. In Source, God, Spirit wants to teach us all about learning to just be, no matter what it is in our life. Because attachments keep you kind of like weighted down. And I hope that makes sense. And I'm going to end this video on this. I can't push pause here, so there we go. Sorry about that interruption there with my phone call. So be on the lookout for this day anyway, and know that only goodness comes from it. Only goodness can come from anything, whether it's a day, time, and experience, when you have that type of mindset and live within the good heart, the loving heart, the kind heart, the pure heart. That's what I try to do with myself. Know that nothing bad could ever come of anything that comes into my life unless I choose to see bad. I don't expect anything great. I know, regardless of where I am, though, my heart is telling me everything is going to get better because I see good in my every now moment as best as I possibly can. Yes, I have reactions from time to time, but I'm quick at snapping out of it. I choose a loving experience as quickly as I can. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.